I think I have more credit card debt than anyone else on TikTok, and no, that is not a flex, that is my hook. So thanks for watching the first 5 seconds of this video. Before I tell you how much credit card debt I am in, I'm gonna tell you how I got here. I got married at 18 years old and I moved 2,000 miles away from my family to be with my husband, who was never home because he was always overseas at the time. And I got so depressed. I dealt with so many dark emotions during that time. I developed a spending addiction to deal with my depression, planning trips and going out shopping and going out to eat and doing this and doing that when we didn't have the money to do it. We had no money. We were 18 years old and brand new to adulthood. We had no money and we had no parental support, but I didn't like that. So I got credit cards and I racked those babies up. Over the next 13 years, I continued to do so. I basically treated my credit cards like debit cards. If I didn't have the money in my bank account to go and do something or buy something or go eat somewhere or whatever it was that I wanted to do, I just swiped a credit card. And I just treated our credit card bills like just regular monthly bills that we were going to have. I had a horrible money mindset, and I know that now. Now, 31 years old, I recognize the behavior that I had for 13 years, and I'm working on it now. I recognize the horrible money mindset that I had, and I am working on it. I recognize that I have a spending addiction and that I was spending money I didn't have to fill a void and to make myself feel good, and I'm working on it now. Now let's get to how much credit card debt I am in. I started this journey in July, and I had 11 credit cards. Over those 11 credit cards, we had $89,000 in credit card debt. We are now down to 8 credit cards, and we've knocked it down to about $83,000. My goal in 2026 is to go hard on this and get as much paid off as possible because we want to buy a house in early 2027. So if you're interested in watching and seeing if we can do it and watching me change my money habits and changing the way that I think about money, then follow along. That is what my entire account is about.
Oh, shit. I started this year with $21,900 in credit card debt, so let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Emily. I'm 31, and my husband and I are focusing on getting rid of any and all debt that we have. And like I said, we started this year with $21,900 in credit card debt. Yeah, your phone didn't glitch. Like, you didn't misunderstand me. You don't need to turn your phone up. I actually said we started with $21,900 in credit card debt. That is absolutely insane. That is crazy. And I can't believe I have to say that number every freaking time I make one of these videos. But we are down to 2 credit cards left. So the credit card we're currently working on has $2,775 on it. And the last credit card has $5,800 on it. And I'm so tired of saying $5,800. I'm so ready for that to be less than $5,800. However, for our debt payoff, we have $8,775 left. And I am so proud of us for getting this far in literally less than a year. And I wanted to thank all 19,000 of you for sticking with us, for watching my videos and thinking, you know what, she's kind of crazy, but I'm proud of her. My husband and I have done a lot of work this year on creating better financial habits for ourselves and for our family. And we are in the financial position to buy our forever home, maybe have another baby, you know, start a college fund for our daughter, all of those things. And I credit a lot of that to you guys, because without the support of the internet, I don't know that I would have gotten this far or even have kept going all this time. So I just wanted to thank you guys so, so much.
My husband and I are paying off $63,000 of credit card debt, and the comment I received the most of is, "You should declare bankruptcy." So I'm gonna throw some makeup on my face and tell you what our decision is. First things first, this is not advice. I'm just sharing our personal decision. At one point, we absolutely considered bankruptcy. We were extremely overwhelmed. We have over $160,000 in debt alone. That's between credit cards, personal loans, and student loans. And truthfully, I felt hopeless for a time. But we were never behind on our payments, and our expenses were always paid. No one was coming after us, and we were never at risk of losing our home. But for a while, we were floating the debt for many months because we couldn't do anything other than pay the minimum payments on it. But now, with the income that we make, we're no longer just floating the debt. And coming to that realization that we could pay this off felt really good. We knew it would be stressful, but absolutely doable. And for us personally, if we're able to pay the debt back, we feel a responsibility to do that. I also started feeling this deep conviction that wiping it clean would mean missing out on some very important lessons. The budgeting, the discipline, the mindset changes. If we didn't learn those, we could end up right back in the same situation. Even though our debt wasn't from shopping or taking vacations, I still think there are really important lessons that everyone should learn about managing money. And sometimes those lessons come from making a lot of mistakes. But everyone's situation is different. Your decision has to make sense for your life. I feel a lot of gratitude that my husband and I are in a place financially where we're able to pay this debt off very aggressively. I don't take that for granted. For us, avoiding bankruptcy is the right thing to do, and we're committed to cleaning up our own mess. We're gonna let the zit breathe today. I'm documenting the rest of our 63K payoff, so if you'd like to see more videos like this or stay updated on our debt payoff progress, I'm happy to have you on this journey. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, let's try to keep the comment section really uplifting for everyone. Does anyone else out there not wear foundation? I just haven't worn foundation in years. It's too overstimulating. I'm really happy you're here, and I'll see you guys soon.
Hi, my name is Sierra. I am 18 and I am over $500,000 in debt. So come cook dinner with me and clean my kitchen while I talk about how I got here. Okay, so we're gonna be making the trashiest Midwestern dinner, tater tot hot dish for my boyfriend because he won't eat the healthy food I ate. Okay, so let's talk about the first thing that got me started off having any debt in the first place. This year in May, I think it was, right before the summer, I purchased my dream car. And a little backstory actually first. So I've been working full-time since I was a sophomore in high school. So I did not go to school. I worked full-time and did online school while I was working. So I've been making a full-time income as a manager of a spa the whole time. So I was able to be in this position. A little bit of a side story for that. So with that being said, I ended up buying a 2025 Honda CR-V hybrid at the beginning of this year, and I will insert a picture of it here so we can kind of get an idea what it looks like. It would not let me insert a picture, so here's her right now. Don't mind the dirt. She doesn't get a car wash ever, but... And I'm going to be completely transparent because that's why you're watching, and I love when other people are. So I ended up paying, I think it was $49,000 after everything for that. So it was around $49,000. I don't remember what my down payment was, but I now owe, I think, like $23,000-22,000 on it. And my goal is to pay it off in the next few months, or at least by the next year it has to be paid off. So that is where the first amount of debt comes from, and that will hopefully be paid off soon, but that's why I'm making this, to hold myself accountable and to make sure that it gets paid off. And I love watching these. That Caleb guy has been all over my For You page, so it inspired me just to be transparent because everyone's life looks great, but it's really a bunch of debt. So forgot to video me skipping this in, but that is the debt for my car. So that is a small percentage of the $500,000 that I claimed. So the other big portion is going to come from this house. We just moved in and closed November 1st. So with that being said, I bought the house with my longtime boyfriend, so it is not on me, it is both of our loan. So the house, not that I wanted to share this information, but I guess we're being transparent. The house, after we put our down payment down and paid all the fees and whatever, came out to $503 is what the loan amount was for. So we have a $500,000 loan under us for that, which we have a 30-year loan for that, and my goal is to get that paid off as fast as possible. So hopefully not in 30 years. If so, this is gonna be a long series I'm making for 30 years to pay off my house loan. And so with that being aired out now, that is the debt I'm dealing with and working on paying off. I am making a goal to post about it and be transparent about it because I feel like it's extremely realistic, and it's hard for other people to put themselves in, compare themselves to other people when it's literally all just a bunch of debt. Everyone is just in a ton of debt, and if you're not, congratulations, but the rest of us are. So this is just me personally, what debt I have and what I'm working through. A lot of people wouldn't count their house as debt, I feel like, whenever anyone talks about it, but it is in fact debt. So follow if you want to see more of my debt payoff journey, as well as budgeting tips, tricks, and all of my little schemes that have got me where I am. And to everyone who's going to judge me for this, I don't care.
60% of the American public is about to lose everything they have. People living paycheck to paycheck are about to go broke. The GDP numbers came in yesterday, and of course the economy receded, which I predicted 2 months ago, and people laughed. Mark my words, the second quarter is going to be far worse. Tariffs on Chinese products at 145% are about to kick in, which means everything you buy from China on Amazon or elsewhere is about to go through the roof. Grocery store shelves are starting to empty at Walmarts across the country, and of course grocery prices continue to soar. People who've been financing groceries on credit are starting to default on those payments. We are about to see an economic catastrophe. If you're in this 60% that has little or no money, please stop spending money. Protect your family. Trump does not care about you. Even if you voted for him, he's a billionaire. He won't suffer, but you and your family will. Please protect yourself. 60% of the American public is about to lose.
Y'all, I'm parked in front of Dollar Tree because I'm about to go in there and get some essentials. But before that, I honestly just had like the only crash out because I had stopped to get gas, right? And I'm really in a place in my life where I'm really budgeting my finances because I just don't got it like that. I'm in a real crunch, survival, financial fucking rut. And I know it's not forever, but this is just the chapter I'm in. And as much as I try to be positive sometimes, like it's really hard. It's really hard to be in a financial like survival mode when you don't know what your next move is. You don't know where your next resource is coming from, because it fucking makes you hypervigilant. And like when you're hypervigilant, like you can't relax, your brain can't shut off, and you can't stop worrying, and that shit just drains all your energy. Like having to worry all the time drains your energy. And I understand that like people are like, oh, pray, and don't get me wrong, I pray, but when I'm about to take a shit and I don't know when the next fucking slice of paper toilet is coming from, like, you know, that's real life 3D shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like it's a really difficult place to be in. And so with that being said, I had $25 in like my Apple Cash card. And so I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna go to the gas station. I'm gonna get $15 of gas, and then the rest, like, I'm gonna take to get like a little bit of essentials at Dollar Tree. And when I asked him for 15 regular, he had put gas in my car, and it charged my whole shit. And I just stood there because like I'm not trying to crash out in front of this man, but I'm like, fuck. Like I literally don't have anything else. Like my regular account is negative. Like fuck. I have no toilet tissue. I have no, like, I need stuff for the house. Like I don't have water. Like I don't, oh my god. So he was like, oh, like it charges you temporarily, like it's gonna refund you. So I literally drove off and I parked on this random street and I just cried. Like I let it all out. Like I couldn't even, it wasn't even one of those like boohoo cries. It was just like one of those silent cries where like the tears just come down and you're just like overwhelmed, you just shut down. And within a couple of minutes, like I got $11 back, thank God. And so with that being said, I'm about to go into the Dollar Tree and I'm about to get, you know, whatever essentials I can with that. But y'all, this is not okay. Like this is not normal. And I share this not because I want to give a sob story, not because, you know, I'm asking for help or anything like that, because honestly I'm a person that has a very hard time receiving help, and that's not even like my gist. It's just to shine a light for other people that are going through this shit, because I know that I'm not one of one. And it's not even like, oh, you can tell somebody like get a job. Most of the jobs right now, are not paying enough for you to cover rent, for you to cover bills, and for you to be able to live. You know what I'm saying? Like it's insane. And I don't know where anybody else lives, but I live in New Jersey. It's super fucking expensive on like the Northeast. Like it's the fact that other people live like this, because like I said, I know I'm not one of one. This shit is insane. And the fact that like it's only gonna get worse and this economy is only getting worse. Like I understand, like I said, this is just a chapter. Like I'm in my last year of grad school, so I know I'm gonna have a career next year. But the fact that like not many people are in my position and probably, you know, like have kids, have way more responsibilities than I do, and they have to live like this, it's fucking horrible and it's depressing. And I think a big issue with like mental health and depression in this country is probably because people can't take care of themselves, and people know that. It makes you feel like a second-class citizen. It makes you feel like shit. Makes you feel like a bad person. and it makes you feel like you're not enough, and that's a shitty feeling. And it just makes me sad. It makes me sad that as a country we advance as much as we have, but there's so many people that are like falling between the cracks, and I don't know if anything will ever be done about that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, I had to share because this shit is hard, and if you're going through this, I'm really sorry, and honestly, I wouldn't wish this on nobody for